The drivers, Milner Irvin and the Frank Kenny Unlimited. Very good driver, very experienced. Steve Reynolds, as he said, he's looking for somebody's face to get into. We'll see. Scotty Pierce, he's had a good day in the Mr. Pringles. He's in the final. Tom DeEath, in his last race ever, he retires after this final. Chip Hanauer cutting away at that national point lead of the Budweiser. And Jim Kropfeld aboard the Miss Budweiser. The Miller and the Budweiser already beginning their dance as they come onto the back straightaway, and they're going right into the trail, one of the rooster tails of a boat. It's the Budweiser on the right, and it looks like it's slowing down. Yes, the Budweiser's slowing down. The Miller American is still going. The Bud is dead in the back straightaway. The AA Auto Supply dead in the water, shutting down as the first alternate. Without the Budweiser, we have a 5-boat field for the final. The Budweiser Emerald Cup. The final, the run for the money is underway. Good start as you hear the gun. The Mr. Pringles on the outside with Scotty Pierce going down the main chute, heading into the south turn. The Squire Shop on the inside. Here comes the Miller American now in lane number 2. Look at Chip Hanauer run away from the field into the south turn. On the outside, as you saw, there's the Budweiser running again. You saw the Pringles going around the outside. The 7-Eleven, we understand, was washed down, coming down the main straightaway. We'll see if there's any kind of ruling as to whether or not the 7-Eleven was cut off. But in the meantime, the Budweiser way back. Here's the race for second and third. It's the Squire Shop on the inside, Mr. Pringles and Scotty Pierce on the outside. Again, though, the Miller American jumping out in front of the pack. No meeting with the Budweiser. We thought they would go deck to deck last week in Tri-Cities, but the Budweiser was unable to start. And now the Budweiser is washed down as everybody was trying to get a lane to come down for the start of the final here in Seattle. Second place is the Squire Shop. Hanauer running all alone in that south turn here on the choppy waters of Lake Washington. The 7-Eleven still running after getting washed down. You see a couple of the braces around the pipe a little loose in the back of the turbine of the 7-Eleven, probably a result of running into that rooster tail of being cut off. We understand he was indeed cut off by this boat, the Mr. Pringles, with Scotty Pierce aboard, and the boat has been disqualified. So that moves the 7-Eleven into third place behind the Squire Shop, and of course this man, the man who is racing in his own backyard, Chip Hanauer, and the Miller American. Coming down the main straightaway, let's check some of the speeds on the Miller American. Right around 118, 119, 120 miles per hour. So he's moving right along despite the choppy waters here on Lake Washington. Tommy DeEath, his last ride, and wants to get through it and go on to auto racing and maybe a little 2.5-liter, smaller, limited boat racing. We will have to wait and see. Again, the 7-Eleven. Steve Reynolds with a mask on. You see the braces, the bands in the back of that pipe rattling around. Again, probably a result of getting washed down earlier in the race. Miller American, Chip Hanauer, looking for his 4th victory in 1986 and hopes to cut away, and if you'll pardon the pun, chip away at that lead of the Budweiser in the national point standings. With a victory here, if the Budweiser is unable to finish, when it looks like that will be the case, Chip will be down only 130 points to the Budweiser camp. 7-Eleven running a little looser now. That's what they've wanted to do with this boat. Get the sponsons off the water a little more and let the turbine engine do what it's supposed to do. Hopefully get it up to 100% power rather than about 85%, which is what they've had to live with throughout the 1986 season. Hanauer in first. Second place, Tom DeEath of Fairhaven, Michigan. The Squire Shop, owned by Bob Stile out of Seattle. And the Miller American coming down the main straightaway. The last time the winner of the Budweiser Emerald Cup in Seattle. Johnny Walters, the crew chief on the right. Mike Campbell, a teammate. And they have picked up victory number 4 in 1986. Chip Hanauer, the Miller American. Looking at the numbers officially, the Miller American with a perfect day. 1,200 points and now down only 130 to the Budweiser. And you see in the bottom of the screen, the Mr. Pringles disqualified for moving in on the 7-Eleven and the rest of the pack at the start of the race. Let's go down to the winner's circle, the Miller American team. What happened up in the north turn? All of a sudden, the 7-Eleven and the Budweiser way back.
Yeah, Jim and I were fighting for the inside lane, and all of a sudden we got onto the race course, but they were both going by, and neither one of us had a place to go, and he got it worse than I did.
Congratulations, 22.
22. They all feel